Okay, so today was day 10 of the Chinese intensive course. So I'm noticing again that I'm feeling like it's repetitive and I'm feeling like it's monotonous. The same stuff over and over again, even though like the content we cover is completely different. We finished lesson number 15 of the HSK 6 and then we started doing lesson number 16. So making some progress there, close to the end of the book, which I'm happy about. End of the first book, at least. There's two books in HSK 6, so Shang and Xia. So I'm almost finished with the first book, the Shang book. So four lessons, five lessons to go. And then should be, yeah, so the progress is at least relatively consistent. And I am getting better at understanding the more complex parts of the lessons. Other than that, yesterday I did kind of break the normal pattern by going to a friend's business to discuss some stuff with him and just hang out with him for an hour or so. And on Friday, I'm actually meeting someone for lunch directly after class. So I'm guessing that would also contribute to some feeling of breaking the monotonous nature of it again and the pattern again. We also were moving forward with HSK4 stuff, the gaps that we're filling in. My spoken Chinese is getting a lot better. It's still not anywhere near where it needs to be for an HSK6 level. My writing, nothing is yet at the level where I can actually write and pass the test, yet, let alone pass it well. So yeah, I can probably do and pass an HSKK 2 level test right now, and I would have to because of the way that the test is structured now, I would have to do an HSK K3, which is the highest level of the oral exam, along with the HSK 6. So it will encompass everything. It will encompass reading, writing, listening, and then speaking also. So I have a lot of work to do. My listening comprehension, at least at the HSK 4 level, is getting pretty decent. I can retell stories quite well. I can explain concepts quite well. Other than that, I still struggle to use like higher sentence structures. So if you write the HSKK, they will give you different scores based on what kind of sentence structures you use, and do you use more complex sort of patterns and grammar patterns and stuff like that, which is something that I will need to work on in the future. Right now, the main point of this course is just to sort of fast track where I'm at to where I need to be, to sort of make up for what I perceive at least as lost time, because I've been going a lot slower than I originally planned during the course of normal life, not during the summer holiday. Actually, this summer holiday, I'm going at a decent pace. I'm quite happy with the pace at which I'm going. Also considering the fact that I can see my progress actually increase and improve every day. So my Chinese is getting better every day. With regards to the Spider-Man movie, yeah, that movie is getting ingrained into my memory now. I've watched it 9 times. Tonight will be the 10th time, and yeah, there are certain lines that I can not yet say. Just because my mouth is not used to those sentence patterns, but I know exactly what they're saying. I can say it slower than they were saying it, but I know exactly what they're saying. It's similar to listening to anything in my native language or in English. So yeah, other than that, that is pretty much today's update. I am not going to read the homework tonight because I'm kind of tired. But the the main the question of the homework was explain something that you're proud of for yourself, and something that I'm actually quite proud of is this sort of drive that I have in myself. You know, like not a lot of people can do this kind of stuff, and not a lot of people want to do this kind of stuff. You know, I do take a lot of pride in the amount of drive that I have to achieve things like this, and it's not always a good thing. And some of my friends always say, "Oh, like I wish I had your, I wish I had your drive or your passion." to do things, or at least they say like my one friend says he really respects it, but he really doesn't want it. He really doesn't want to have it for himself. Um, which yeah, I mean like I get that. In Chinese, I was talking to my Chinese teacher about this also, and in Chinese they've got a word yao chang. Yao chang basically translates to ambitious, an ambitious person or ambition. So I guess that is sort of what it is. My brother also sent me an article, a long philosophy article that explains it as being thymos. So it's sort of yeah, very complicated ideas in it, but it boils down to like this kind of drive, this kind of passion, this kind of inherent need to achieve more, the inherent need to progress and move forward, and yeah, that is kind of it's a good thing, and I don't think a lot of people can or want or even should try something like this. It's just you need to be a certain kind of person, like almost obsessive, almost. There's a sense a sense of masochism in it, you know, where you like to push yourself to the absolute to the brink, you know, kind of just to see like, can you do it? Can you achieve something like this? Can you actually push yourself to do this every day? Can you actually commit that amount of time? Can you actually repeat watching a movie that many times? Can you struggle through a lesson? Can you struggle through, you know, trying to explain concepts in Chinese? Can you struggle through learning characters? Can you struggle to listen? Can you struggle through repeating what you just heard? Can you struggle through explanations and stuff like that? And all of those things I believe are necessary for anyone who's learning a language, or even if you aren't learning a language, if you are going to do anything else, you know, there are certain characteristic traits where you really have to, where you really need something like that. You really need some sort of drive in you that that not a lot of people have, and not a lot of people should have necessarily. Because I'm telling you now from personal experience, sometimes it's a bad thing. Like sometimes, you know, it's the same voice in your head that drives you to do all these things. It's the same voice that makes you not relax, you know, and feel guilty for taking a break sometimes, you know. But sometimes, even then, you can sort of kill that voice by just saying like, hey, look what I already have achieved. Look what I've already done. Look what I have done. You know, look how far I have pushed myself. And then you can actually say, hey, let me rest, you know, and then you can kind of kill that nagging voice in the back of your head that pushes you to do more and wants you to just keep going and move forward all the time. And then you kind of feel, I guess the reward sometimes is also just better then, you know, you just kind of feel better for achieving something like that. You just kind of feel better for lying on the couch or going somewhere to travel, or you know, just taking the break, just taking a breath feels a lot better, I guess, when you've really earned it. Just if you really worked for it, and you can really just hold on to that fact that when you take a break, you absolutely deserve it, you absolutely worked for it. Yeah, it's like going to the gym, you know, when you take a deload, what they call deload, if you take a deload week, or deload time period, whatever, if you worked hard before that, and you know you really worked hard, you were consistent, you were doing progressive overload, and you really push yourself, you can take that deload week without feeling guilty, without feeling a sense of angst or worry at all. And I think that is a great quality to have. That comes with this yao chang, this drive, this ambition. What comes with it is just an immense reward for actually resting. So when you do rest, you've got a feeling inside you, you've got an absolute knowledge that you deserved that rest. And yeah, so 10 days in so far, and yeah, that means roughly a quarter of the way. This is 42 days if I calculated correctly, if I counted the days correctly. It should be 42 days. of this. So 1/4 of the way in, I feel positive still. I am more aware of the monotonous nature of it, and looking to break that pattern more often. I still go to the gym quite often, so that helps me to get away from it, like mental health, and stay do something completely different. Like get rid of any stress or that kind of stuff. I still see friends. I see my teacher every day, which is nice. You still talk to somebody every day, and yeah. So 1/4 of the way in, the progress is good. It seems like I'm doing roughly 2 lessons a week, still at that pace of roughly 2 lessons a week, which is good. Which means I will be busy, or I should be busy with the next book by the end of this whole excursion. So yeah, satisfied with what I've done. I have also bought this mic, so hopefully in the future my audio would be better once I figure out how to use it. Yeah, how to connect it to this camera. So yeah, all of that stuff and everything that's good. Goodbye.